it will happens at the 10-minute mark. Interesting. Okay, that's nice. All right, that's good. Okay, so I don't know if you could tell from the promo. Welcome back if you lost us guys on YouTube. I'm sorry about that. But what I wanted to talk about, I tried to leave cues, is footwork. And so I have taught a bunch of hoopers, and I have gotten messages from quite a few of you that are using these videos, especially the Thursday ones, to really train and to get better. And so, like, if I was your hoop dance teacher or your trainer, or thanks guys for letting me know, then I would, this would be like a key philosophy of mine, and that is that footwork is everything. But the way that I like to talk about footwork is not the kind of way that some people talk about footwork. And there's no bad guys, there's no wrong or right answer. But when I say footwork, I really just mean working the feet. And what I mean by that is that I'm not going to teach steps tonight. I'm not going to teach counting. I'm not going to teach you, we're not going to like pretend to salsa while hooping or something like that, because that's not the type of footwork that I mean, I think that that's beautiful, but in a way that's kind of like such a that's a very high level to try to get to quickly. And so I think it's better if we just start with the point of just moving your feet. Everything, you'll start to learn, everything comes from your feet. Now, I am very, very aware that there is a style, a very popular style of hooping these days, where the person pretty much stays in the middle. It's kind of more circusy-like. I mean, not that what they're doing, but the fact that they don't, they might turn a little bit, but more or less they are staying in the middle. That's beautiful for them. That's awesome for them. But for me, I, as a art teacher here, I want to teach the things that I appreciate, and I appreciate visually the moving hooper, the one that's moving all over the place, right? I can appreciate both, but my heart sort of, you know what I mean. Okay. Also, one of the reasons that I love hooping, and I'm still doing it since 2001, is how good it is for my body. And I don't mean the way it looks, I mean the way it feels, my reaction time, my sense of balance, my sense of just embodiment in my body. And moving the feet, when my own hoop practice, and I'm preaching, from the converted here, but from my own experience, once I started moving the feet, everything changed. Everything changed. And so what we're going to do tonight is just the reason it's going to be a 50-50 class is I'm just going to teach, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you an idea, then we're going to play a song, you're going to try that idea. And this is so, it's not going to be super technical, but we are going to, if you do want to be, complete, 100% in the class, then every exercise, you'll try to do the best you can. Okay, so let's get going. All right, here we go. Oh. Okay. Oh, I have to turn the volume up. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. The way the HoopPath sees the body is as two trees planted next to each other. Your toes, your feet, your ankles, your calves, your thighs They are the roots of that tree. The trunk begins above the hips, and the branches begin at the arms. Trees bring water up through the roots, into the trunk, and out into the branches so that they can grow. As you move and sway tonight and for the class, I invite you to be in this metaphor. That your movement, the energy that is animating your body, is coming first from the roots. From your toes, from your feet, from your calves, from your thighs, from your knees. All the way through. Whether you're stretching, whether you're moving, even if you're laying on the floor, you can feel this current. Some of you are so gifted with your coordination, your movement, that you can probably manipulate the current moving through your body in many different ways. And I don't want to hold you back. Perhaps for you, the current you're feeling is the leaves bringing sunlight energy down into the tree. Perhaps the leaves are guiding the water down the branches, down the trunk, and to the roots. Audible breath in. Now I invite you to spend some time with your awareness and maybe even your focus on your feet. I don't know why, but for me, my imagination, the moment I think of the awareness in my feet, my mind's eye just sees them glow. I've imagined that they could glow and that others could see that glow. And that if I were in a dark room or it was after sunset, that if I had awareness in a foot, if I had awareness in a hand, that someone could see that movement. It'd be like a human glow stick. And as silly as that is, the moment I started thinking about the light and the shapes and the lines that I could create with an off foot, a foot that is not bearing weight. Me wanting to draw what I was trying to see gave my body a new challenge. Audible breath in. So I invite you to try it, to warm up the legs, to pull up to one leg, and draw with the off leg, the other leg. If you've got bad knees, you can take this part off. Audible breath in. Okay. Hey Amber, welcome everybody. All right, let's get into the fun part of class tonight. Oops, I left my dry erase board with all my class notes on the cam. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump onto the core. Here we are. Hooping around, hooping around. Oh, I need to move it into the class here. Danielle Carr is here. Sweet. See if I can make this happen. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw our hoops on. I bet it does, Sharon. I wish you had video. That would be cute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw the hoops on the waist. You can turn if you are early in your hoop story and you cannot stand still and waist hoop, or if it's uncomfortable for you, if the size of your hoop makes it extra hard, you can turn if you want. But we're just going to slowly warm up the core, and I'm not going to talk the whole time, but I do kind of want to sort of set you on a type of path with this a little bit. Because tonight, what we're talking about is footwork. That's the missing piece to a lot of people's flow. That's why they can't always get into it. Here's the deal. When you're fully embodied and engaged with something, you're not bored, okay? And so sometimes when you're bored in your hoop, one of the ways to break that boredom, it doesn't always work, but most of the time, is to engage as much as you can, okay? And so if I start to move my feet, right, then that is pulling my awareness, it's pulling my focus, it's pulling my muscle memory, it's pulling all of that stuff in, right? And then, if I, in sort of a fake it till you make it kind of way, I can think like, well, I want to engage my hands too, right? I just want to go ahead and get hands going. Tara's got prayer hands. Any awareness is good, right? So prayer hands would work just as much as my weavy stuff, right? Okay. Okay, so this is called two bird, two tree. I hope this, I don't know if we're still on Facebook. If we are, does it sound like my mic just went? Okay, well, hopefully you guys can still hear me. All right, so we're gonna warm up tonight with two bird, two tree. Now our emphasis is on footwork tonight, okay? And I want to invite you to do this warm-up flow exercise with me, like as if you were about to do a bunch of calligraphy, right? Like, let's imagine you're about to write a bunch of calligraphy, super expensive paper. You might warm up a little bit. You might, like, tease the hand out just a little bit, relax the mind before you jump on that really expensive paper. I don't know, maybe you would, okay? So in this opening first 5 minutes when we're working on footwork, and even though we're working on footwork, we're going to try to engage as much as we can, and we're not going to worry about being symmetrical with our steps. We're not going to worry about being in time with the music. We're just scribbling, right? We are just scribbling. If you want to bring it up to the shoulders, you can. No, this is not exactly beginner, what I'm about to say, but one of the best ways, kind of an aside, that you can work on your shoulder hooping, right, is to think about that current of energy I was talking about that comes like water coming up from the roots and out through the branches or out through the hands, right? A lot of times when people are learning to shoulder hoop, they don't push up enough, right? It's hard to tell, but there's some upward push to what I'm doing, even when the hoop is more or less flat, right? Let's get back to the feet. I'm not really worried. Definitely not worried about dropping my hoop. I'm not really worried about what it's going to look like, right? So I might just step right just to see what that's like. I might step left just to see what that's like, right? Step back, right? Waist, shoulders, whatever. Again, I'm on my shoulders, but you could be anywhere. You could be on angles. And the whole class is not going to be core hooping tonight. I feel like I should say that. We're just starting with some core, getting warmed up, and then we're going to move into off body and stuff like that. So I'm not going to kill you tonight. You might kill you. I mean, wear you out, but I won't. Reverse if you feel like it. Heart rate should be good and high right now, especially if you're moving your feet. Now this is not for everybody, right? If you are using hooping to keep yourself fit, move your feet, right? Your feet are connected to the largest muscle groups, right? Get those things moving and you will see fitness results, right? You'll see a different type of fitness result, like your reaction time and stuff will get better. Especially once you get the feet going, even if it's off body, okay, you'll see results. Promise.
Someone's sleeping upstairs. God is always watching. Hang on tightly inside. Falling tightly inside.
Right now, I'm just flowing. I don't really care what happens with the hoop. But my focus is on the feet, right? I'm not even trying to work anything out right now, right? I'm just waking them up. It's like when something, something falls asleep on you, like your hands or something. You shake the hell out of them to wake them up. Okay. I think we should keep the energy up kind of high for this next one. Yeah, we're going to keep the energy up high, and then I promise I'll bring it back down low. All right. So we're kind of already doing this, okay? But we're going to just do one more song of really emphasizing the feet. And what we're going to do is we're going to create, and this is really, kind of a challenge for you guys, but the only way to really make this exercise work is you have to create what I used to call drastic action. And so drastic action is when you do something that you're not positive there will be a high success rate for, right? Like, I'll just do one in front of you. I'm going to try to jump over there with my slides on and twist and see what happens, right? Okay, there you go. An empty camera got in the way, but then, I might be here, and I'm just going to see if I can, in slides with both feet together, hop. Not very far, but I got it, right? And so what I'm going to invite you to do is this will be our last super upbeat sort of thing, but what I want you to do is try drastic actions, right? Like if you don't have that much space to hoop in, you can even try mogul twist, like if I'm trying to bounce from one side to the other side, okay? I'll sort of walk you through this. But this is one way that we stretch our technique. I don't know if we're still on Facebook, but we're about to get kicked off. If you're watching on Facebook, let me know. Here's the secret. The secret, right, is to keep a good pace on your hoop, right? That if I keep the hoop pretty fast, especially right before I jump, and then the moment I go into any kind of lift off, just in your mind, see the point of contact. Just focus on the path of the point of contact, wherever it is, right? And you don't have to get crazy. Like, I'm going to step 45 in front. I'm going to step 45 to the other side, right? I'm going to hop back, right? And then every time I move, my mind is going to the point of contact. Right?
Yes, fierceness is all.
So here's how this can kind of work out. Like what you're developing, right? What you're developing is a way to free up the feet, right? This might be a good time for our below cam. What? Yeah, okay, so.
We're going to start your engine.
All right.
Okay?
This is my slides.
Continue in the following fashion. This side and that side. Your side may not be the right side. And it goes like this. You to the right, you to the left. Yes, fierceness is always.
You're welcome, Mary. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I know you guys. We've been going hard. Trust me. This will feel good.
We're going to start your engine.
Right? And as you get tired, just do what you can do, right?
Proceedings will continue in the following fashion. This side and that side. Your side may not be the right side. And it goes like this. You to the right.
Maybe you can't hop anymore, but maybe you can take some big steps.
To the left.
I was surprised when I first started teaching how many hoopers on the road had never tried to walk backwards. So if you have the space like I do, you know, just walking backwards can help open up.
To the left.
Right?
To the left. To the left. To the left.
Okay.
To the left. To the left. To the left. To the left.
All right, let me know if you have any. Yeah, that's a challenging one. Okay. All right, well, we're going to try a little flow technique now. Sweet. All right, we're going to slow it down, give you a chance a little bit, but we're going to keep footwork with us, but this time we're going to keep it, and we're going to keep a hoop applied, right? Because it wants you, I mean, you know, of course, off body, I mean, some off body you have to do standing still pretty much, right? But I think the greater percentage of all hoop movement can be done with both feet moving. And tonight what we're going to do, this is a beginner class, this might be kind of a weird exercise for you, but remember when I talked about sweat and sway, when, you know, if your hands could glow and your feet could glow, right? And so what I want you to imagine is that you're in a dark room, right, or night or whatever, and that your hands, there's stars, bright light, only thing you can see, and then your feet are as well, okay? And we're going to slow it down, and you could try any technique you want to this. You could core hoop if you wanted. I'm going to do some off-body hooping. Actually, I'm going to do some point for this one. Oops. Give you an example of what I'm talking about, just so we're clear. So rather than thinking about my hoop right now, I'm thinking about my hands, this visual that I'm creating, these glow stick hands that I have. And that's my visual right now. And then because this is our footwork class, if you have any gas left, you can start to connect in your mind's eye the glow of your hand and the glow of a foot. It could be the same, side of the body, it could be a different one. But I'm pretty willing to bet that by just having your awareness on the hands and feet will help pull you in. It'll get you over that board view. Piece of advice. Probably this is obvious to everyone, but just in case it's not, you can create really cool turns by taking your foot and sweeping it back into your night side. Okay, so I can take my foot in day and swing out to my night, right? And you can do this, while hooping. And I can cut this way. I'm going to the left. I can cut back. Most of us never ever take steps backwards. Not literally, hopefully. But in hooping, you can, and you probably should, at least for the fun of it, step backwards. That I started core hooping there, sorry. And trust me, I have taught lots of people. I could be wrong, but just experimentally, empirically, I have learned that when people start moving their feet, right, their hooping changes. It becomes stronger. It feels stronger to them, right? So it's not a should, it's a don't you want to kind of thing. Good. We will not tell. Thanks for popping in, Jennifer. Okay. All right, cool. We're doing pretty good on time. It is, you can sort of see, if you're maybe more tired than usual, you can probably see why, right? So grab some water now, but once we start moving the feet, right, everything gets a little crazy. And so we can, this is as I was saying, this is a super, super great workout for you. Okay, sweet, Rex, thank you, buddy. That's great, man. That's great. Okay, so for this next exercise, we're going to work on types of touch with, and this, because this class is athletic, we're gonna, we won't have like a bunch of exercises here, but we'll move into the free hoop is what I'm saying. But there's a couple of different ways that we can move the feet, right? And what we can do is to kind of like sort of, we can put our awareness and our focus on what our foot is doing and off of how much energy it takes or whatever. And so we can do these kind of, I need to get in the shot there. Okay. So what I want you to do, and this, some of you, if you lived in a certain time period, you probably do this already, but what I want you to do is to bounce your foot on like a pillow, like an air spring or an air cushion, to just bounce, right? Boom, boom, boom. And you can hold the hoop, you can roll the hoop, you can do whatever you want to with the hoop. That doesn't matter. Right? You can take it behind you or whatever you're doing, right? Then, whether you have socks, whether you have slides, whether you're barefoot, I want you to shift weight, maybe, 85% of your weight to one leg, and then I want you to draw on the ground. Right? And I can draw two currents, and then I'll switch over, and you don't have to wait for me to switch, because you might be able to go a lot longer than I can, or you might need to take it shorter, or just want to, so whatever.
Very classic tango.
Tara's telling me this is classic tango. Okay. All right, now what I can also do is take that same movement, and I'm going to slide out my foot, and then switch with a slide to the other side. So I'll slide out a foot, but then switch with a slide, right? And the way I'm working this all out is by putting most of my foot, like when I go to initiate that other foot, that weight is going on to the push leg, and then coming on to the reach leg, or whatever. Right? Okay. I can also pivot, right? Like the old sort of James Brown, this is if I do it with one leg, right? I'm kind of walking my foot across. But I could also just like throw both ankles over, boom, right? Boom, boom, boom. All right. And you can do all of this while hooping, right? This is me bouncing. Okay, so we're going to give you a song to play with this, and then we'll probably just move into the free hoop or answer some questions. Oops. This is old school hip hop. Okay, so what we're working on right now, in case I lost you,
thoroughly flush my mind so as to induce my vomit. Read me carefully, use me only as
what we're
directed.
working on
Press
is
supply firmly to all
bouncy,
areas affected.
stylized
My
movements
attack
with our
lack
feet,
the
right?
somebody plummeted as I trap track in a bat map and extract vaccine from it. The sum of the whole exceed the value of its part. Hip rock the getting money, dark mind stated art. Art, 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 art. I be the stalk and cork, let the corner balk. This dark, the Jonas stalk, the talk, love of the sufferer, my epidemic. All in a dark mind as you hit your stomach. The web be supplement me with fruit. Bobby prescribe working on me like fruit.
Whatever technique you're working while doing this, your time, your body is learning how to tie these two things together. And you'll never have to do it again. once you learn, to make that connection, once you ties that connection together, once you build that sort of pathway, it's there.
Nigga be embraced by my rhyme lick maneuver. 12:35 as I'm itching, see the beat is a cleaver, the butcher. By 12:37 I'm a fever. Graphic depictions rush my mind. Herbalize the verbalizer, break up what it rhymes. I got create a chord to plan to submit my best. Kick back a Mac, I let the manufacturer suggest my retail for detail fatality. Strut all in your butt as you suffer my malady. Such a condition or position rate apart. Dark mind, motherfucker. Dark mind, stated off.
Of course, you have a lot of fun doing slides without slide, with just socks on. Sliding and skating across the floor. You can do that, but just be careful if you have a slick floor. I have watched people really eat it from being too cute with socks on, right?
Ill is in the weak facade of mirth. Ill is infidel, come to pillage down the plane of your earth. Ill is in you questioning the birth. Ill is in the way that I exaggerate my sense of self-worth. Girth figured when to air my route tick. Getting monkey funk scratch, it'll affect you like outbreak. The host for he guest test never flunk to feel me as fresh in my caress to no funk. I re-emerge from my rhyme abyss. Go take a walk to the bodega, hawk and find me a miss. Narrow it down to 2 finalists. Ain't no what and when I'm gutting as I show her who dime it is. Your mic and Ike will I be stifling. My verbal lace in nearly every case, chase tetracycline. I compliment no matter who it is. Been in it 15 years as we a grown man doing this. Many a work I'm on a time delay. Yet I proceed a path of hazard to ensure dope rhyme decay. I scrape a fake or take a culture. Deriving evil from perceivable shock and it is like ultra. Dark mind.
Luis is here. Sweet, Luis. Well, welcome. Okay, so we are into we're going to do that one again. Okay, now we're going to move into our free hoop now. And thank you guys for joining me. We're kind of, we're sort of on time tonight, a little bit more athletic, so that's why I'm slowing it down. And then I just want to say that I love this next, oops, I need to get in the camera, don't I? No, that's not the one. Here we go. Okay, I'm having trouble here. Okay. Anyway, sucks. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, I'm just about to put some music on. I have played this song for you guys before. I played it a lot on the road, but for me, I always have a good footwork experience with this one. So I'm gonna play this one, but you've definitely heard it before. On Sunday, we'll be doing a jam, 4 o'clock, and it'll be Spiral's last jam. She's going to be going back to Germany after this. So it'll be the last jam here. So if you want to pop in, if you see us on your phone and you want to join us, please do. All right, we will go. And I really appreciate your donations, guys. The donations help really keep this going, and I appreciate it. I don't know if I hope it's obvious, but I put a lot of work into this, and so your donation feels like a nice thank you, and I really appreciate that. If you're in a situation where you can't donate, no sweat. We're cool. Everything's good.
I'm reaching the sky is not enough. What else should I try? I'll never stop. It makes me so all I can't get enough. I'm so
said hello. I really missed that Hypersonic. Holding it down in Toronto. Madre there.
There is nothing to hide. There's no space and time with you. And who cares what they say? We are lovers anyway. Do to me. You don't do say.
1, 2, okay.
Is how you make me feel. Do to me. You don't say. Is how you make. Say to me, yeah. Say to me. It's what you do to me, it's how you make me feel. All the things that you say and all the things that you don't. It's what you do to me, it's how you make me feel. All the things that you say and all the things that you don't. Say to me, yeah. Say to me, yeah.
Sweet guys, thank you so much. No, I don't think we're going to do that one. That'll get us definitely kicked off. Oh no, I saw the one that wanted to play. We'll definitely bring it down now. And super slow. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And hopefully I'll get to see you Sunday.
Stole back again. He better come on in my kitchen. It's hard to be ready. I do. Our woman I know took for my best friend. Some joker got lucky, stole her back again. He better come on in my kitchen. It's hard to be ready. I do. Our woman I know took for my best friend. Some joker got lucky, stole her back again. He better come on in my kitchen. It's hard to be ready. I do. Our woman I know took for my best friend. Some joker got lucky, stole her back again. It's hard to be ready. I do.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for popping in, guys, and super appreciate it.
He better come on. Our woman I know Some joker got lucky. Yes. A woman I know took for my best friend. Some joker got lucky, stole her back again. He better come on in my team. It's hard to be right. It's hard to be right. It's hard to be right. It's hard to be right.
Oh, it's Baxter at HoopPath.com. Thank you, Emmy, for asking. Okay, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Oops.
Coming soon to theaters.
That is not what's coming soon. Have a great night, guys. Thank you very much.